Hi there, I'm David Walker.
And I'm Uriah Northwood. And this is another WHFC radio drama sponsored by WHFC911.org.
That's right, folks. This is Tim and Don and the Mystery of the Haunted Yachts.
Tim and Don are two American kids working in Canada. They're real stand-up guys.
While we will be voicing Tim and Don, we will also be providing the voices for the rest of the characters in this story.
So, just sit back, relax, and listen to Tim and Don and the Mystery of the Haunted Yachts.
Ah, great. Rain, rain, rain. Hey, pour me another one, Scott. Man, this cigar is fantastic.
Boy, you said it, Duke. Hey, what's that noise? Hey, that's my yacht! What in the world happened? Duke, I can't believe this. Who's gonna pay for this? I'm visibly angry.
I'm sorry, Scott. Here, I'll give you some money to cover the insurance. I'll ask Tim and Don to handle this first thing in the morning.
Another day, another dollar. What do you say, Don?
Boy, oh boy, do I love working. Hope Mr. Siegel gives us a raise. I've been eating dog food all summer.
Hey, Tim and Don, get your butts in here. I got a job for you.
Sure thing, Duke. What do you got for us?
You know Mr. Riley, the lighthouse keeper? One of his yachts crashed last night. I need you fellas to grab the scraps and take it to Old Gruff's repair shop. Here's the money for the costs.
Sounds good, Mr. Siegel. You want a shoe shine too? I can iron your shirt if you'd like.
Oh, no, enough of that. Just do what I said. I'm sick of your belly aching. Yeah, before you go, give me a light. Nah, never mind. I'll use the fireplace. See ya, boys.
All right, Mr. Siegel. We understand. Let's go, Donnie boy.
Shut the door. This is gonna set me back at least 4 years.
That afternoon, we headed straight over to Harvey Gruff's repair shop. Gruff is a greasy fella. He loves old pirate movies, and he's really greasy. Oh, Gruff, we got a yacht for you to fix.
Hello, boys. You got a lady for me, too? I'm just kidding. What seems to be the problem? Let me guess, the hull?
How did you know that? You're like a magic repairman. Where's your wand?
My wand is a wrench. And speaking of that, Seymour, get me my wrench.
Sure thing, Mr. G.
So just a hull repair, huh? That's no walk on the beach. You got my money?
You know we do, Gruff. 300 doubloons. Mr. Siegel did the estimate.
Just give me the money, kid. I got some pirate movies to watch. I'll have this done in a day and a half. In the meantime, here's some cash. Go get yourself a slice of pepperonis. And get out of my hair.
Hey, can we get some pizza, Mr. G?
No, you'll have your usual. Barnacle salad and some cod. And Seymour, go turn on the projector. I'm thinking we'll watch Hooks and Peg Legs tonight. See ya, boys.
Then we headed right over to Pepperoni's, the best pizza spot in town. Well, it's the only pizza spot in town, but it's still good. The owner, Pete Slice, is a real stiff, though. He's a good guy.
I'm a real stiff. I work at the only pizza spot in town. Hey, kids, the usual? We got a new pop flavor, too. You want to try it?
Sure thing, Mr. P. Say, Don, that's a real funny thing. A yacht crashing all on its own. It's like something from the cartoons.
You said it, Tim. I wish I would have seen the thing. Mr. Siegel was in hysterics over it. Oh, that reminds me. We've got the graveyard shift tonight.
Oh, darn. You're right. Well, let's finish these slices quickly. Maybe Mr. Siegel will give us a bonus. Who am I kidding? Bye, Mr. Slice.
Ciao, boys. The graveyard shift. Any kid's nightmare. When our buddies are out playing stickball and climbing trees, we're stuck at Mr. Siegel's docks, tying ropes and scraping boats. A real tough gig. But we love it, and it loves us.
Man, this graveyard shift stinks. I wish I was in my cozy bed with a nice cup of cider.
You said it, Tim. Hey, look up there. It's Mr. Riley up at the lighthouse. Looks like he's waving down to us. Hey, Mr. Riley.
Huh. It sure is odd. Looks like his hand got burnt by the light. But he seems fine. He sure is a tough cookie, that Mr. Riley. Oh well. Back to tying these boat ropes.
Hey, Tim. How's it going over there? Get all those boat ropes tightened?
Almost, Danny boy. Let me just check this one here. Wouldn't want Mr. Riley's second yacht to crash. Wait! It's coming undone!
Watch out, Tim. Looks like it's coming loose again. Get down! Then it happened. Blammo! Another yacht moved on its own and crashed. So Don and I checked it out, and what we saw left a bitter feel in our tummies.
Man, this is some real serious damage. Well, it's nothing that Gruff can't fix.
Ew, look, Tim, there's a lot of green goopy grease over here. Real slimy-like.
Oh, geez, Don, that's yucky. Well, let's head on back. We'll tell Mr. Siegel all about it in the morning. Did you hear that, Don?
Yeah, I did. It sounded real spooky-like. Hurry, let's get out of here. Wait, what's that?
Hey, get off my ship. This is the Wind Wrestler, the ship of old Captain Curtis. Now get out of here before I show you what for.
We hightailed it out of there. We couldn't believe it. A real ghastly ghost. Neither of us could sleep all night, but we knew Mr. Siegel would know what to do.
I don't know what to do, boys, but I do know there ain't no ghost on that ship. I already told you enough tall tales now. Take this money to Gruff and have him fix up the ship. I want you boys to get to the bottom of this, you hear me? My bank account is a graveyard at this point. I can't keep giving money to Riley and Gruff for these yacht crashes. Now get out of here, boys. I love you, but leave.
We took our butts back over to Gruff's repair shop. We knew we had to ask him what he might know about a pirate ghost. He's a bit of an expert on pirates, with all those movies he watches. Hey, Gruff. We got another yacht for you to fix. You better come out here.
Oh, hello, boys. Let me guess. The stern.
Right again, Gruff the Great. But before we bring the scraps in, we have a few questions for you.
All right then, boys. What do you want to ask me? I'm an open book.
What were you and Seymour up to last night? You wouldn't happen to have been down at the docks loosening our ropes and pushing Mr. Riley's yachts around, would you?
No, of course not, boys. Seymour and I were out on our rowboat trying to catch some catfish for a late dinner. Isn't that right, Seymour?
There is, Mr. G. Man, that catfish was good. I wish we caught more. My belly's still rumbling.
Quiet, boy. See, boys, I couldn't have been causing a ruckus down at the docks because I was out on the water all night with Mr. Grease over there. Now, bring those scraps in. That yacht won't fix itself. Do you have my money?
Yeah, we do. Here you go.
Thanks, boys. Listen, go ask somebody else about this. I don't know what to do.
You know what? We will. Thanks, Mr. G.
My pleasure, boys. Seymour, get that projector out. I think we'll watch the Voyage of the Wind Wrestler tonight.
You got it, Mr. G.
We headed right over to Mr. Riley's lighthouse. He's turned the whole thing into a bit of a tourist distraction. There's a gift shop, concession stand, even has cardboard cutouts of himself. Most people think he has a bit of an ego, but he's a good guy.
Knock, knock. Hey, Mr. Riley, can we come in? It's Tim and Don from down at Mr. Siegel's docks.
Hey, Tim and Don, come on in, boys. You want a drink or some candied nuts? Oh boy, would we. Say, Mr. Riley, is it just you that runs the lighthouse?
Oh, no, I couldn't run this gig by myself. I have my sons help me out, but they're away right now. Well, what can I do for you, boys?
Well, last night, I'm sure you heard, but another one of your precious yachts crashed.
No, you're kidding. That's 2 in 1 week. This is a real conundrum, boys. Do you know how this keeps happening?
Not yet, Mr. Riley, but we're working on it. Where would you happen to be last night around 10 p.m.?
Oh, boys, you don't seriously think I could have done this?
No, of course, but we got to take all the necessary precautions. Mr. Riley, we're just trying to get everyone's alibis to see who could have done it.
Yeah, we see it on those detective programs all the time.
Well, I was at home last night with the missus. She made a roast dinner with potatoes, and I ate every last bite. Then I turned in for an early bedtime.
I don't know, Don. Sounds pretty squeaky clean to me. I'm sorry for the trouble, Mr. Riley.
It's no trouble at all, boys. Happy to help. Now go figure out who's crashing my yachts.
Boy, that Mr. Riley sure is a stand-up guy, and his alibi checks out. Well, who should we ask next?
I'm not sure, Don. But did you see his hands? Remember we saw his hand catch on fire last night. But now both of his hands are fine. I think something really fishy's going on. I say we'll stake out tonight. Then we'll see if anyone's messing with those boats.
I like how you think, old Timmy boy. I'll go grab Mr. Siegel's dinghy.
We had our plan, and we were sticking to it. Boy, oh boy, was this fun. We felt like true detectives. Staking out to find a bad guy. Who would have thought? We made sure to grab some snacks for the night, because who knew how long we could have been out there. Hey, Don, could you pass the mustard? My pastrami and cheese is a little dry.
Sure thing, Tim. Say, do you think Holmes and Watson ate the sandwiches on their stakeouts? They seem like BLT guys to me.
I'm not sure, Don. All I know is my sandwich is dry. So pass the dang mustard.
Oops, sorry. Hey, do you hear that? Sounds like it came from one of Riley's yachts.
I sure did, Donnie boy. Hurry, let's get over there quickly to catch the culprit.
All right, we made it. Do you see anything, Tim?
Not yet. Oh, wait, looky here. Some broken glass. Who could have done this?
I don't know. Let's keep looking around. We're bound to find something. Did you hear that, Tim? Sounds like that old ghost captain's back. Let's get out of here.
Hold it, Donnie. Look, something is up with this old timer.
Hey, can I hit this windmill? That ship of Captain Kirk. Now get out before I show you up for.
Huh. It looks like old Captain Karras woke up on the wrong side of the bed. What do you say, Tim?
I say we have a pretty good idea of who's been crashing these yachts.
What was that?
Look, running up the hill, it's Seymour Grease. He must have been here the whole time. Let's get him, Don.
We tried to chase him down, but he slipped right out of our hands. I guess Grease is a fitting surname for that slippery fella. The next morning, we headed straight into Mr. Siegel's office to tell him what we found out and who we think has been crashing these yachts.
So, it was Pete Slice the whole time, huh? I always knew that guy was trouble.
No, Mr. Siegel, it was Gruff and Seymour. They rigged the yachts to crash, that way we'll keep paying them to repair it.
Mr. Riley's involved too. He wants them to crash his yachts, that way you'll pay him to cover the insurance. What should we do now, Mr. Siegel? Should we go confront him?
I believe it. My Tim and Don cracking the case of the crashed yachts. I'm really proud of you, boys. I'll tell you what. You guys go over to Gruff's to give him and Seymour the what for. In the meantime, I'll dial the fuzz. That way you have some backup if things get a little hairy.
Sounds good, Mr. Siegel. We won't let you down. Let's go, Tim.
Those kids sure know how to make an old-timer proud. Now, what's the number for the cops again?
We ran as fast as we could to Gruff's shop. We wouldn't believe it. The Gruff we knew and loved, a no-good criminal. Now Seymour we could believe, but not Gruff. We all looked up to him, but once we got there, they were nowhere to be found. Hey, where did they go? They're always at the shop.
Check it out, Tim. They're down there on the water. Looks like they're trying to hide out in Riley's lighthouse. Those crooks were trying to get away. They must have heard that we were after them, but little did they know we got the police on their tail. So we headed down there to lay out the facts and feel real cool. Hey, Mr. Riley, open up. We know Gruff and Seymour are in there. You can't hold out forever.
What are you kids talking about? I'm all alone in here. Just me and cardboard me. Now scram.
No can do, mister. We know you guys are in cahoots, crashing yachts and trying to bankrupt poor old Mr. Siegel. We figured it all out last night, so don't bother trying to get away now.
You crazy kids. Didn't Mr. Siegel say enough of the tall tales? You can't help yourselves, always making up another story.
Not this time. It all clicked when we saw the ghost of Captain Curtis flicker and talk funny on your yacht. That's when we remembered. Gruff and Seymour love pirate movies. Then we also remembered the piece of broken glass we saw on the deck. Seymour must have been trying to set up the projector to scare us off, and then it broke, causing the captain to freak out.
Next, we remembered all the grease we saw on the first yacht that crashed. Only one guy around here is covered in that much grease.
Harvey Gruff! Face it, Mr. Riley. We figured out the whole operation. Just give it up.
No one's gonna believe a bunch of stupid snot-nosed kids like yourself. Especially if you get punched so much you can't talk.
Think again, Riley.
Officer Sapnose!
All three of you get out of there. You're all going to jail. Hey, kids. Thanks for the tip. You did good here, but I can handle the rest. No, I can't go to jail. There's still so many movies I haven't seen. Seymour, bite these men. Let's get out of here.
Oh, shut up, you greasy, slimy loser. I should never agree to work with you. You get grease everywhere. You always leave clues. And you kids, don't think you've gotten away with this. I will be back. And you'll regret ever crossing Scott Riley, lighthouse keeper, entrepreneur, and Telios Island's wealthiest man.
Oh, can it, you egomaniac. You're going away for a long time.
Mr. G, you think they barnacle fouled in jail?
Shut it, Seymour.
We had done it. We cracked the case of the haunted yachts. Boy, oh boy, did that feel good. Mr. Siegel was so proud of us, he even gave us his dinghy and a gift card to Paparoni's.
Sorry, boys, this gift card's no good.
Ah, phooey. We should have known.
Anyway, we felt like a real detective team now. I wonder what's next in store for Tim and Don.
Who knows, Don?
I don't know, Tim.
Well, that was another WHFC radio drama sponsored by WHFC911.org.
Tim and Don did a great job cracking the case of the haunted yachts, and we cannot wait to see where their story goes from here. But that's all from us. I've been David Walker, and I've voiced Don, Pete Slice, Scott Riley, and Seymour Grease.
And I've been Uriah Northwood, and I voiced Tim, Duke Siegel, Harvey Gruff, and Officer Sapnose.
Hope you all enjoyed this story, and we'll see you around.
Bye now.